series of smash and grab burglaries. We break down what happened from the first round of break-ins to the following businesses that were hit.
I'm so upset. I came here happy to work, and now I'm so upset, exhausted, tired, sick of that.
From KTVU Fox 2 News, this is The Four.
Now, those restaurant owners in Berkeley reeling after that spree of burglaries today in two areas of the city. Owners say they're disappointed and frustrated. Welcome, everyone, to The Four this afternoon. I'm Heather Holmes.
And I'm Alex Savage. Police believe all of those break-ins are connected. Our crime reporter Henry Lee is joining us live now from the Berkeley Police Department with the latest on what we know about this investigation. Henry?
Alex and Heather, 3 businesses were hit near UC Berkeley. 3 others were hit near downtown. Police tell me all 6 break-ins are linked to the same crew.
They should care about people. They could get a job.
Rory Naruzzi is frustrated. He owns Cafe Rio on University Avenue near Shattuck in downtown Berkeley, one of 3 restaurants in a row that were broken into before dawn on Thursday.
I'm so upset. I came here happy to work, and now I'm so upset, exhausted, tired, sick of that.
Naruzzi says burglars stole cash registers and cartons of cigarettes from his cafe. Police say the same intruders also broke into IMM Thai next door, and next door to that restaurant, Bobby G's Pizzeria.
When I came here, everything, all the windows from the door was broken.
Juan Castillo works at the pizzeria as a bartender.
Yeah, I've been around here. I've been working in some other places, so we never saw something like this. This is totally new.
The downtown break-ins happened at about 5 in the morning. An hour earlier, police believe the same crew had broken into 3 other restaurants near Durant Food Court, a popular hangout for UC Berkeley students just a block from campus. Here, intruders broke into 2 businesses at the food court, Gypsy Trattoria Italiana and Kingpin Donuts. A big picture window at the pasta restaurant was still broken at midday, even as students munched on their favorite dishes. Across the way at the donut shop, I've learned burglars made off with cash registers and $10,000. A few doors down, IB Hoagies, which sells sandwiches, was also burglarized. Berkeley Police Sergeant Joseph Ledoux says all 6 restaurant break-ins are related to the same crew.
The preliminary investigation shows a connection between the university burglaries and the Durant ones. It's a similar MO, via glass break in the front doors or the front of the businesses.
As business owners pick up the pieces, police are hoping to use technology, surveillance, and witness video to find the burglars.
We sympathize for them. This is a hard loss for these businesses. They're not large chain companies that have deep resources.
Well, this is indeed a deep blow to the businesses, all of which are popular with students who come to these restaurants in between classes to fuel up. Anyone with information or videos has to contact Berkeley Police. Live in Berkeley, Henry Lee, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
All right, Henry, thank you.
Santa Rosa is tightening its restrictions on massage parlors, all in an effort to try to prevent human trafficking and illicit operations. According to a new city ordinance, beginning this weekend, massage parlors in Santa Rosa will be banned from using sexually suggestive advertising, window coverings that block waiting areas, and neon or LED signs. Late night hours are also prohibited. Massage businesses must also register with the city or be cited. Officials say so far only about 50 of the city's 130 massage businesses have submitted registration applications.
San Francisco tested its emergency firefighting water system today to make sure it's ready in case of a disaster. This was the first ever live test for one of the system's upgraded pump stations. The system was developed following the 1906 earthquake. Fires raged for 3 days following that quake because of an inadequate water supply system. The emergency firefighting water system consists of 135 miles of high-pressure pipelines from several water sources, as well as underground tanks. The Bay Water Pump Station was built back in 1913 and has been seismically retrofitted to withstand a 7.9 magnitude quake.
The system's 135-mile pipeline ensures that when a disaster strikes, our firefighters have what they need to keep our neighborhoods safe.
San Francisco and Vancouver, Canada are the only 2 cities in the world with dedicated emergency firefighting water systems.
Well, millions of people across California had a chance today to drop, cover, and hold on as part of the Great California Shakeout earthquake drill.
Yeah, it took place an hour after an actual earthquake. I'm talking about that 3.0 quake that hit Berkeley this morning. As KTVU's Allie Rasmus explains, the drill and today's quake really good reminders of what to do when the next big one hits.
We're in Frank Ogawa Plaza in downtown Oakland, where the shake truck is located this morning. It simulates what it's supposed to feel like in the event of a 7.0 earthquake. It's just one of the ways state and local emergency responders are hoping to educate people about what to do if there's an earthquake as part of something called the Great Shakeout Earthquake Drill.
The opportunity for people to practice drop, cover, and hold on, or lock, cover, and hold on if you're in a wheelchair device. It's just so important. An earthquake can throw you down to the ground, so you don't want to get injured. You want to protect yourself as best you can.
So let's show them what we need to do in the event of an earthquake.
Here we go. Up. Drop, cover, and hold on. Drop, cover, and hold on.
So, in an ideal situation, if I wasn't so caught off guard, I would head underneath that table. The advice on what to do and where to go in an earthquake has changed over the years, but the recommendation now is to find a table or counter to crouch under while covering the back of your head.
If you're in bed, stay in bed. Cover yourself with your blanket.
And what can you do to prepare before the next big one hits? You can download the free My Shake app to get about a 30-second advance notice before the ground starts to move. The California Earthquake Authority will also give you free grant money to help you retrofit your property.
The average cost of these retrofits runs anywhere between $5,000 and $6,000. The EBB program will pay homeowners up to $3,000 to complete a seismic retrofit. And then for income eligible homeowners who make $89,040 or less, we can actually pay up to $10,000, which more often than not will cover the entire cost of the retrofit.
Earthquake. At 10:16 this morning, people in downtown Oakland and across the state took part in the Great Shakeout Earthquake Drill, stopping whatever they were doing, wherever they were, to drop, cover, and hold on. When you hear this message. But about an hour before that, an actual earthquake struck, a small but noticeable 3.1 quake centered in Berkeley on the Hayward Fault.
We don't really know when it's a foreshock. Usually, there's about 20% chance, 1 in 5 chance that it could portend something larger, but that larger earthquake could be just above that magnitude, or it could be much larger. There's no way to tell.
More than 70% of Californians live within 30 miles of an active fault line.
That's a great reminder that, we do live in earthquake country, and these earthquakes can happen at any time.
The timing of the Great Shakeout Drill happens the day before the anniversary of what was the last big earthquake to hit the Bay Area. It was 36 years ago tomorrow that the 1989 Loma Prieta quake happened. It was a magnitude 6.9. In Oakland, Allie Rasmus, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
Okay, we want to talk a little bit about our weather now and bring in our meteorologist, Roberta Gonzalez. Alex and I were just talking about that earthquake. I felt it in San Francisco.
I did not
feel it in Berkeley. He did not feel it in Berkeley. Did you feel it
I thought it was the dog. She was jumping up and down on my leg, and that's all I felt.
Yeah.
It's so funny how some people feel it, some people don't, depending on where you are and what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I'm extremely sensitive to earthquakes as well, so I was really surprised that I was non-participant in this particular one that did shake up today. But boy, we have a shake up in our weather.
Yeah, we do.
Take a look at this live weather. It wasn't just a pretty day today.
It was a gorgeous day. I love today.
Are you quoting me, Roberta?
I am quoting Miss Heather Holmes when it's just delightful and clear skies out there. And the words of Heather Holmes, it's a pretty day and visibility's unlimited. Air temperature right now, look at Santa Rosa, 72 degrees. Wow, 70 in Livermore, 70. Yes, these temperatures are still slightly below average for this time of the year. Check it in at 67 degrees in San Francisco. And that pretty much is where you should be. Compared to yesterday at this hour, up to 9 degrees more mild in throughout the Tri-Valley. How about 6 degrees warmer in San Jose? The winds are a bit on the breezy side. Right now, 14 at SFO. How about Mountain View? Check it in at 13 mile per hour winds along the seashore. It is certainly breezy with the wind up to 20, and Mineta International Airport under 10 miles per hour. Other notable numbers, OAK at 10 and Fairfield with a slight breeze. Tonight, boy, it was cold overnight, waking up to 43 degrees in Livermore this morning. That's the coldest morning so far this autumn season. Temperatures going up just a little bit because we're going to have a hint of some patchy fog along the coastline here and some partly cloudy conditions in the North Bay. So here we go. Here's our storm tracker. We have this area of low pressure to the north of us. It's going to bounce off the ridge of high pressure that is now building into the Bay Area. So for the most part, clear in our inland areas to the east and to the south, but we will notice that patchy fog in the North Bay. Lots of sunshine and warmer conditions for your Friday. And for the weekend, all I got to say, plan outdoor activities. We are going to be basking in the abundance of sunshine and temperatures inland. Well, you'll have to catch that next time around. Okay, for your Friday, actually, my bad there. It should say Friday. Temperatures will be in the 70s across the board. We'll talk more about that splendid weekend forecast, and that's still coming up.
Okay, Roberta, thank you. Well, the U.S. Senate today failed now for a 10th time to pass a spending bill, which means the government shutdown is almost certain to hit the 3-week mark.
As Fox's Connor Hansen tells us, lawmakers are trying some different tactics to break the stalemate between Democrats and Republicans.
On week 3 of the government shutdown, Democrats are still dug in on their demand for an extension to health care subsidies. In a potential signal of progress, Republicans say they could be open to holding a vote on the soon-to-expire tax credits.
I've said if you need a vote, we can guarantee you get a vote by a date certain. At some point, Democrats have to take yes for an answer.
Republicans tried a new tactic, introducing an individual bill to only fund the Pentagon, something Democrats aren't going for.
The motion is not agreed to.
It's always been unacceptable to Democrats to do the defense bill without other bills that have so many things that are important to the American people in terms of health care, in terms of housing, in terms of safety.
As the fight over health care drags on, people who benefit from the tax credits worry about their costs skyrocketing. Their plans will be up for renewal in November.
You are stuck between, okay, do I pay my electricity bill or do I go and see the doctor?
Meanwhile, thousands of federal employees deal with the uncertainty of not knowing when they'll get their next paycheck.
To just not know is really scary. And, you know, I mean, luckily I paid my rent this month, but probably a lot of my other bills are going to go unpaid.
The Senate doesn't plan to be back in session until Monday, making it likely the shutdown will hit 3 full weeks on Tuesday night. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox News.
Up next on the 4 this afternoon, air traffic controllers facing growing pressure in the midst of this shutdown, forced to work without getting paid. After the break, we're live with a representative from the National Air Traffic Controllers Association to talk about the impact this is having on workers. Air traffic controllers are among the federal workers receiving their last regular paychecks as the government shutdown drags into its third week. They could go unpaid on their next payday if the shutdown does continue. Some controllers say they may have to pick up part-time work to keep afloat until the shutdown is over. And the FAA says it is seeing a spike in sick calls, leading to staffing shortages as well as flight delays.
So let's talk about this with Joel Ortiz, the Western Regional Vice President of the National Air Traffic Controllers Association. I know that you are currently at a center. Wi-Fi is limited because we don't want to interfere with what's happening there. So for folks at home, if there's a little bit of a delay, that's the reason why. So Joel, I just want to begin with, how difficult the government shutdown and the situation is right now for controllers.
I'll say it's impacting them significantly. We have a lot of controllers who have been in the agency as controllers less than 3 years. They have just started their families. They're on entry-level pay, working at multiple facilities across the country, and not knowing when their paycheck is going to come is a heavy toll on them right now. A lot of them have child care providers. Some of those child care providers, they can't work on IOUs. The gas company, the electric company, the mortgage, the rent, they don't take IOUs, even though we know they'll get paid eventually. That unknown on how long this pay, they're not going to get paid, is weighing heavily on all of them.
Yeah, obviously incredible financial pressure that air traffic controllers are facing. We're hearing sort of some anecdotal stories, Joel, about some controllers who are having to find work elsewhere to make up for the paychecks that they will not be getting here. Are you hearing about people taking on other roles to try to make up for the missing money?
Yeah, definitely. We do have controllers because, many of our facilities, they've been short-staffed for decades. This isn't the staffing crisis is not something that is new. It's been going on for quite some time. So these facilities that have short staffing, they work in many cases 60 hours a week. Controllers can work up to 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. So when you're working 60 hours a week, there's not a lot of time left over in the day or in the work week to get a second job. So a lot of them are driving for DoorDash, they're doing Ubers, they're doing Lyfts, just finding other ways to supplement their income. That way they have some sort of liquid cash available for however long this shutdown is going to last for.
Yeah, Joel, you just mentioned something that now a lot of people are talking about, and that is the shortage of air traffic controllers heading into this government shutdown. The country it was already short a number of air traffic controllers. I mean, what is the situation like right now in terms of staffing?
So we're supposed to have over 14,400 controllers. And right now we're 3,800 certified controllers short of that target goal. So when you spread that across the country, you have some facilities that are worse staffed than others, but that staffing shortage is chronic across the country.
All right, so Joel, let me ask you about what we mentioned at the top, and that's the fact that the FAA says it is seeing a spike in air traffic controllers during the shutdown who are calling in sick to work. What is behind this? Obviously, when you have a lot of folks who are not coming in, it's contributing to flight delays and cancellations. What can you say about why this is happening? Are there any indications this is a coordinated effort to try to put pressure on lawmakers?
No, this is not a coordinated effort. It is illegal for the controllers to do that. They all are aware of that. So there is no coordinated effort to call in sick. On any given day across the country, prior to the shutdown and after the shutdown, you're going to find facilities that are short-staffed. When you operate on such a thin margin of controllers, you don't have a lot of room for error. The Burbank Airport made the news a couple weeks ago. Burbank Airport is supposed to have 24 certified controllers. They currently right now have 15 of those 24 certified controllers, and 2 of those controllers don't have medicals. There's a very stringent medical process you have to go through to be an air traffic controller. So 2 of them don't have their medicals currently. So Burbank Tower is operating with 13 of.
I think we may have lost Joel's signal there. Yeah, because obviously, as we mentioned at the top, he was having a tough time getting Wi-Fi because he was at an air traffic control facility. Speaking with us here about the ongoing shutdown and the impact on air traffic controllers across the country. But again, that is Joel Ortiz from the Western Regional Vice President of the National Air Traffic Controllers Association. Joel, I think we may have you Okay. All right. Nope. We are going to have to end the conversation there with Joel, but it was great to have him on.
Yeah, and obviously those controllers closely watching what's going on in Washington. But as we mentioned, we did have a vote, and it once again failed. So we'll be monitoring that really closely. Moving on now here. Coming up next on the 4, one pill kills. That is the message from parents of a Bay Area college student who died of fentanyl poisoning. I'm going to talk live with the young man's father about the important town halls that he's hosting, including one on a Bay Area college campus. Well, the family of a Santa Clara University student who died after taking a counterfeit prescription pill that was laced with fentanyl are set to kick off a series of important town halls. According to the foundation, started by the young man's parents, nearly 50% of pills seized by law enforcement contain a potentially lethal dose of fentanyl. Charlie Ternan died from fentanyl poisoning in 2020. The 22-year-old thought he was buying Percocet for his back pain. The pill, though, that he purchased through Snapchat contained a lethal dose of fentanyl. Ed Ternan and his wife Mary started Song for Charlie to raise awareness about fake pills made from fentanyl, and Ed joins me now live this afternoon. Really appreciate it. So tonight you'll be hosting a town hall at Santa Clara University. Tell me a little bit about the experts who will be on hand and more about what will be discussed.
Yes, thanks for having me. We're really excited about this evening, which is the first in a series of events that Song for Charlie, our organization, is putting on in partnership with Meta across different areas of the country. And since Charlie died, our approach really has been to bring people together, bring a coalition